I bet you guys love how I always sit in my room for the voiceovers, or most of the time. But I'm gonna switch it up this time, not for a particular reason, except for maybe my lights turned off or they started flickering and then turned off. And well, that's all good. It's okay to have lights turned off. It's not great when you've been watching Stranger Things, and typically that means yeah, so that was fun. So we're just gonna go down here. You don't know where that is because I'm not showing you. Why would I do that? So yeah, we're doing a voiceover. Oh my gosh, so cool. This is the animation I was talking about. The one I talked about in the last video, I think. Yeah, I think so. This animation took so long. Oh my gosh. It took 4 days. And, well, it said 6 hours, but I feel like it was longer than that. Because even 6 hours is a long time to spend on one thing. It's not the worst. But then again, I'm not very good. So, for me, it's pretty okay. For others, it's probably crap. That's okay. One other thing I really like about Clip Studio is it actually shows like the top bar, like way up there. You can see the recording. You see that redness at the top? Yeah, that's the recording, so I know when it turns off. So unlike Procreate, where I can't see any of that, and so who knows what's going on. It could stop and I'll never know. Like past experiences. And also, not want to know what's also really good about Clip Studio is you can actually, if you look to the top left, you can see the time and the date that this was happening. So you can see as time slowly, or actually quickly, it goes faster, and when the days switch. So you can also see. Actually, I'm not sure. We're on Saturday, apparently. Look at that. Wait, is it Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. So I struggled in this because I don't do animation very often. And typically I would do it in, what is it? Procreate, sorry. But this is Clip Studio. And yes, it's really good. I love it. But it's a little bit harder to learn and figure out. Procreate was just like you were able to figure out, like, you didn't need any instructions. But for Clip Studio, you do need to look up a little bit tutorials. But other than that, once you got it, you got it. It was pretty good. And, like, all that stuff, it was pretty okay. It looks a lot fancier than it was. I feel like a pro now. Look at how fancy it is. I'm moving around a red line or whatever. So, yeah. So I'm not quite sure. I think I might be able to get another video out today. Depends on how quickly this goes by and if I still have time to finish it and if my lights turn back on in my room. That was terrifying. Okay, it's a little dark. I mean, it's not too dark, but because of my windows, you can't really see through them, or you can see through them. There's just blinds, and so it blocks out most of the light. And so I didn't think my light was gonna turn off. So I'm just chilling. I was doing the voiceover, and then it turns off. It turned off for a few seconds, and it flickered back on. Like, oh, maybe it's okay, and then it turned off officially, and so I sat there for a second, like, uh-oh. I think I should leave. So I got up and I swiftly walked out of the room. So, when I was watching Stranger Things, it wasn't like insanely scary. I mean, it was pretty scary at the start. And yeah, but after a while, you kind of get used to it. You don't jump as often. But then, when my lights turned off, I'm like, I don't like this. So I walked out of the room. Yeah. And then I walked downstairs and decided the couch was the safest place. You know? Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened, and I'm okay with that. I did not want to stay up there very much too much longer, because, okay. I don't get scared too easily, but, I didn't like that. So, actually, I do get scared a little easily. But, we don't talk about that. I'm trying to do this voiceover kind of quick, so it might be a little rough, because I wasn't able to, like, plan it out, because I didn't have much time. I don't have much time. I'm just kind of speeding through this to kind of get this over with, and we're only 6 minutes in. Oh my gosh. And it's a 10-minute video. We got 4 more minutes. We got this. So, I'm going to talk about the animation now. The animation, it was difficult at times. And I actually tried a few things that I typically don't do, which is foreshortening, which is like, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like when something's like closer to the camera, you don't see much of the rest, and it looks bigger, and everything else looks a little bit smaller because it's further away. So I tried doing that, so like, I feel like at the start you saw where the hand was coming into the screen, to like kind of like, like when you block it out so that no one can see. And so I tried doing that, and so it was kind of rough. I didn't like it. For this, I kind of just went rough. I didn't want to make it too, like, detailed and all that stuff. I mean, there is parts that I wish I put a little bit more detail in, but that's okay. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It works. So, this animation was kind of fun. Except for when it wasn't, which was about now, when I was doing the face looking forward. Typically, those are the easiest, but I didn't really use guidelines. Typically, I do. I mean, typically, I kind of know where to go, but then with this, well, I didn't use it, and then slowly, wait, what? No, it slowly got more deformed and misshapen and not proportionate after a while, and so I think at some point it might have been removed. It also got a little creepy, and so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna go simple. The hand, I didn't use guidelines, and I didn't feel like it because I hated the hands and I didn't want to do them, and so I kind of just went with blobs, just quick blobs. I'll just add a few lines, make it look like there's fingers and all that stuff. Was this like this? Oh, this was still like a sketch of like, I was adding more detail to it, I think. I'm not sure if I got to the lining part yet, or is this lining? Oh, this is the line art. I think at the start it did start out as a sketch, but then I just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm doing it line art style. So, yeah, you can see here where I didn't use the face, and I'm like, okay, I like that better. So I started erasing everything. Oh, that was tough. And I think at some point I forgot to erase the smile on one. So I think it's still there. And I kind of forgot to fix it. I would go fix it now, but I kind of already have everything here. So I'm not going back to fix that, okay? So, yeah. You're going to have to deal with a creepy smile that shows up at some point. Yeah, this, I just used one color, a gray tone. And I could just kind of... It was just so much easier, and I didn't make the line art clean, so I couldn't, like, fill in stuff, and I typically don't do that, so I just did this, and it's quite the event. Oh, the hair, oh my gosh, that took forever, and on each time, it just got worse, because you have to go really, I wanted it to look good, even though I knew it wasn't going to be perfect, and all that stuff, but... I tried, okay? I tried. Oh, so hard. I hated it. But, you know what? It might have been it was difficult, but, I'm happy with how it turned out. Even though it's not the best, but for me, I like it. So I think the new thing's going to be coming up, and you'll see the animation. So this is the end. Goodbye.